Well, hello everyone. In today's video, we want to talk about Medicare Advantage PPO plans. Should you start out with a Medicare Advantage PPO? I say no. I think it's actually dangerous and you're taking a financial risk. And I'm going to explain to you exactly why I feel this way. And I'm going to say that you should not start out with a Medicare Advantage PPO. Hello there, my name is Patricia, and I'm not going to talk much about me. We're going to get right into today's video, and I'm going to tell you why I do not think you should start out with a Medicare Advantage PPO. So let's get right into it. So when you start out with Medicare, you're turning 65, and there's so much information out there. Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplement, Medicare leaves you behind with 20%. So it's very important to get a supplement plan, such as a Medicare Supplement or a Medicare Advantage. You will hear a lot of people say that Medicare Supplement plan is the Cadillac of Medicare, right? So what do they mean by that? When they say Medicare Supplement is the Cadillac of Medicare, they're saying that this is your better option. You should get on a Medicare Supplement than a Medicare Advantage. Why is that? Because you could go to any doctor that takes original Medicare. You don't have to worry about doctor networks. No worry about pre-authorization, HMO, PPO. Will my doctor take my plan? The question is, does my doctor take original Medicare? Will they take my Medicare Supplement? So if they take original Medicare, they'll take your Medicare Supplement because the Medicare Supplement plan follows original Medicare. Okay. Enough of that, okay? Yes, a Medicare Supplement plan is a great option if you can afford it. Some people can't afford the additional monthly premium for a Medicare Supplement. So here we are talking about PPO versus HMO, okay? So the HMO plan, there's a lot of perks, right? There's pros and cons with both. Same thing with the PPO. There's a lot of pros and cons with both, okay? And we're talking about Medicare Advantage plans here, okay? So let's start out with a Medicare Advantage PPO plan. With a PPO plan, you can see doctors outside of the network, right? You have to stay within network when it comes to a Medicare Advantage plan. There's HMOs and there's PPOs. With the PPO, you can see doctors outside of that network. However, you're going to pay a lot more, okay? So first, let's start out with the pros of the PPO. You can see doctors outside of the network. Great, which is really nice, right? You don't have to worry about a referral, right? So if you want to see a specialist, you don't have to ask your primary care doctor for a specialist. You could just call up that specialist and ask them, do they take your plan? If they take your plan, you could go ahead and set up your appointment. You don't have to worry about referrals. Really nice, right? But there's more to that. There's more to that, and we're going to get into that. There is a cost when it comes to having a PPO plan. Most case scenario, your max out of pocket is going to cost you a lot more than a HMO plan. So God forbid something happened and your max out of pocket is $9,000, $10,000. Do you have $10,000 sitting in your bank account ready to give up to that bill, to that medical bill? Most individuals would say, maybe, but I don't want to use that on a medical bill, right? So just because you have $10,000 sitting around does not mean you want to spend that on a medical bill. And I completely understand. This is why I'm making this video. So there is a cost when it comes to getting on a PPO without really looking at all of the facts. It's very important to look at all of the facts and ask yourself, is a PPO necessary right now at the time of my life? So you're turning 65, right? Do you need a PPO today, right now? Let's talk about it, okay? So we're going to start out with a HMO. Let's talk about an HMO really quick, and we're going to ask you that question again. Is a PPO really necessary right now in the time of your life today, okay? So with an HMO, however, you do have to stay within network. If you see doctors outside of the network, you will pay full cost for that doctor's services because he's not within that network. However, you can see doctors outside of the network for emergency situations, right? So urgent care, emergency room, they will pay that bill if it's a true emergency. Don't go into the hospital with a code and say that was an emergency because it's not going to fly. The insurance companies is going to read that hospital notes with a fine-tooth comb. And if they feel like it was not an emergency, they won't pay the bill. So be careful with that, okay? If it's a true emergency, they will pay the bill, okay? So like I said, with an HMO plan, you have to stay within your network. Let's talk about referrals. In most cases, with an HMO plan, you need a referral from your primary care doctor to see a specialist. But is it really a big deal if you have to ask for a referral? Ask yourself that question. Is it really a big deal? Is it worth paying more out of pocket to not have this hurdle? I guess you could say. It could be a hurdle, right? Is it worth paying more out of pocket to say, hey, I don't want to have to worry about referrals. I don't want to deal with it. Is it worth paying more out of pocket? Okay. Now, when it comes with the HMO plan, there is more perks and benefits. You get more dental, you get more vision, you get more hearing benefits. So with an HMO plan, you may get, let's say, $2,000 or maybe $3,000 worth of dental. Now, if you decide to go with that same insurance company and you decide to go with their PPO plan, 9 times out of 10, that dental benefit would be cut in half, if not more, okay? So you may get $1,000 worth of dental or $1,500 when you could have gotten $2,000 or $3,000 worth of dental. So yes, to get that PPO plan, you're going to get less benefits. Your copays are also going to be lower with a HMO plan. With the PPO, you're definitely going to pay a lot more when it comes to copays to be on that PPO. You know what? It's not even about the copays. For me, it's really about that max out of pocket. Can you afford that max out of pocket? With the HMO, a max out of pocket can be $1,500, $2,000. It depends on the state, of course, right? It always depends on your state, your zip code, the insurance carrier, and such. But I'm going to tell you now, 9 times out of 10, that PPO is a lot higher than that HMO max out of pocket. And that's where you really want to ask yourself, do I want a PPO? Okay, let's assess it, okay? So if you're coming to me, right, this is what I tell my clients all of the time. Start out with an HMO first. Start out with an HMO first. We're going to look at your doctors. We're going to look at your medications, any special treatment you have going on. Do you have oxygen? Do you go to dialysis? Do you have home health? We're going to look at all of these providers, all of these services, and we're going to see, does this particular or these particular Medicare Advantage plan companies have all of your providers already in network? And if the answer is yes, all of my providers are already in network, then why start out with a PPO and start out with paying more? God forbid something happened within that year and all of your doctors was already in network and you have to come out of pocket of $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. But if you had that HMO plan, maybe your max out of pocket would have been $1,000. You have to do the math here, okay? Now, if you're a sick individual, you have a lot of doctors, and most of your doctors is within that PPO network, then of course you want to go ahead and go with the PPO because remember, your health is your wealth. You know, if you're healthy, you have your doctors that is providing the care that you need, then of course it makes sense to go with that PPO plan. But if you are a healthy individual or you see only a few doctors, or if all of your doctors is within that HMO network, I don't think it's worth having a PPO plan. But of course, it's your choice. You have to decide what is best for you. I have laid it all on the table for you. And now it's time for you to make your own decision. I hope I made this video very clear. when it comes to an HMO plan, a PPO plan, and why I think that you should start out with an HMO before you jump to a PPO. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any comments, concerns, leave them in the comments section below. We'd be more than happy to answer your questions. And if you need any help, our office would be more than happy to assist you. Give our office a call. We'll be more than happy to help. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a like. If you know someone that needs this information, then definitely share this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, then why not? You'll see me again. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.